game, make a game, what's a game, what's a name? I'm a Kamen Rider.
What's up, everybody? It's the Quarter Guy, and it is officially 2019. And I figured I'd take this opportunity for my first video of the year to talk about what I want to be able to do in this coming year. The first thing I want to do is improve my look to something that's more in line with my retro aesthetic, and to that end, I am officially, today, retiring this Screw Attack hat. The reason for that is because Screw Attack's relevance has been fading more and more over the years since I started doing these videos, back when I was a G1. But, I mean, once Nervous Nick leaves for the No, pretty much the only thing that Screw Attack will have going for it is Death Battle, and I might as well rename it the Death Battle channel after that. So it's time for a new hat. I present to you my new hat. What do you think? Pretty cool, huh? More appropriate for my whole arcade retro aesthetic. So, I am going to need to get my avatar images updated at some point or another, but there we go. Other things I want to be able to do this year are improve my consistency with videos and streams. You may have noticed that I haven't been able to get a my 25 cents worth out every week. Mainly, I think my biggest problem with that is just being procrastination and laziness, and I want to be able to change that. I want to be able to get these out earlier in the day, and on a more consistent basis, hopefully each week when I can. So, I'm hoping to, and as for other videos, I would like to be able to talk more about arcade games, because that's what my channel name is named after, and I've only made really one video way back in the day about arcade games, and that was on an era that I was still growing up in. So, maybe some retrospectives on classic arcade games, perhaps? Let me know what you think about that. Also, in terms of streaming, I would like to be able to stream on a more consistent basis. I mean, granted that I have a 9-to-5 office job, the weekends are probably the best times I have for streaming arcade games, and I'd like to know what, well, any kinds of games after all, which I'm going to be trying to be adding more systems to, such as GameCube. So, let me know what time of the day on Saturdays you think you'd be most likely to watch a stream. So, yeah. And I'd like to be, like I said, I'd also like to be able to do other sorts of videos besides just countdowns. And I also want to be able to revamp my Patreon sometime this year. I want to be able to make my perks more appealing so that people can help me support my channel and with upgrading my equipment and whatnot. And really, that's all I have to say on the matter. So, progress update. Anime Milwaukee is coming in February, and I intend to go to that, so that's in, anyway, like I said, that's in February, but as far as my next list, it is a remake of my top 10 opening levels, and I've got the order in place for that, so that's going to be my January list, starting the year off with a remake of a list about beginnings. Look forward to that. And for my question of the week, how do you intend to make yourself better in 2019? As always, answers in the comments. Favorite comments will be featured in the next episode. Here are last episode's winners. And with that, time for the fourth wall mailbag. As always, look for the community post on my channel page, and send me your questions there, and I'll answer my favorites in the next episode. Only a few questions this week. First one comes from the Chainsaw Toaster, who asks, If Vile were to return in Mega Man X9, would you want him as a villain or as a new gameplay style like Zero and Axel? First off, I'd rather not see Vile in X9, assuming that it does happen. Well, because, well, seriously, he should be dead by now. Vile's like a bad itch, he just keeps coming back. And I wouldn't mind either, but if he were to return, I really wouldn't mind either being a villain or a new gameplay style. I mean, Maverick Hunter X had Vile mode, which Maverick Hunter X being the Mega Man X remake on the PlayStation Portable. But speaking of Mega Man, it was recently implied by the producer of Mega Man 11 that it's been implied but not outright stated that the next Mega Man game will likely enter pre-production sometime this year. Some people are assuming that it's going to be X9 because it'll probably be too soon for a new classic entry after Mega Man 11. Give it time to percolate, but X Collection did relatively well in sales, so who knows? We might just see X9 in the next year or two. I'm certainly hoping for it. Please give us a chance to save Axel! Next question comes with Josh McCallum, who asks, with Persona 5's Joker coming to Smash, which 3 songs from the Shin Megami Tensei series do you think should be in Joker's stage? I could probably think of at least 3 from Persona 5 alone. I mean, there are a few obvious ones, those being Life Will Change, Last Surprise, and Rivers in the Desert. There's your 3. They're probably the most recognizable songs in the entire game, so having those 3 in Joker's stage will not surprise me one bit. In fact, those are the 3 I'm expecting the most. Oh, let me throw in a 4th one in there. Blooming Villain. There we go. Last question this week comes from Cure Crystal, who asks, will you stream Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition when it comes out? I don't really stream RPGs. I prefer something that I can really stick to a weekend with.